history begins in the church in a mysterious way. This is the story of a couple who dared to hope and instill hope in others. A couple that commands our attention. A couple who created history and continues to live in the present. A couple of extraordinary character, virtue and holiness. They are none other than Venerable Carlo and Giulia Palletti de Barolo, the founders of the Congregation of the Sisters of Saint Anne. God created man so that he might be happy, believed Carlo Tancredi.
Carlo Tancredi Palletti, Marquis of Barolo, last descendant of the Palletti of Barolo, a noble family of Piedmont, was born in Turin on 26th October 1782. Right from his youth, he distinguished himself for his intelligence, disposition towards justice, nobility of sentiments, concern for the needs of the times, and the strong tendency to promote and to do much good.
The Marchioness Giulia was born on 26 January 1785 in the castle of Moncleri in France. She was a woman of noble birth. As a child, she had to flee political persecution with her family and endure the execution of her grandmother by recapitation with the guillotine. She was a woman acquainted with sorrow. She knew the cross. She was a defender of the weak, the vulnerable, and the oppressed. She was a woman of influence. But above all, she was a woman of prayer and a woman of deep faith.
Carlo was a page of the Emperor Napoleon. Giulia was a lady in waiting to the Empress Josephine. At the court of Napoleon, Carlo met Giulia Colbert, a woman gifted with femininity and genuine spirituality. It was love at first sight, and their marriage was celebrated in 1806. Carlo was 24 and Giulia was 22.
They took up residence in the Barolo family palace in Turin. Not having had the gift of children, the couple in admirable agreement competed in making themselves apostles of Christian charity, adopting the poor of Turin so as to help them in their necessities, but above all, to reveal to them the love and mercy of the Father and their own dignity as children of God. Their work was the fruit of their meditation on the Word of God. Let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these. St. Matthew chapter 19 verse 14. Thus, they lived a spiritual maternity and paternity that was most frequent, giving a real example of a family open to evangelization and to the gift of themselves to their brother.
Even as a young person, had developed an interest in prisons. A defining moment in her life came at the age of 28 when she was in Turin. The most reliable date for this turning point of her life is the first Sunday after Easter on April 17, 1814. The Eucharist was being carried to the sick in their homes, followed by a procession singing holy hymns. The Marchioness knelt in reverence as she was accustomed to doing. As the procession passed her, she heard a gruff voice cried out, "It is not viaticum I want, but food." Looking up, she saw that the prisoner standing in front of the prison called the Senate. Having obtained permission to enter, she went to the man and found that he was not hungry at all. He was just mean and irreligious. Then she was taken to the floor. It was dark with only one small window for air and light.
In Carlo's initiatives of charity, the The little ones occupied an important place. For them, Carlo Tancredi instituted in his palace kindergarten classrooms. He accepted the greatest number of possible of male and female children who were not yet of age to attend the ordinary schools, permitting the rest of the family to work. He acted on the principle, later sustained by modern experimental psychology, that the body that has great influence on the moral, especially during early childhood, and that many psychic deficiencies are the effect of corresponding physiological defects. Everything was directed towards a moral and religious education by striving to implant in those tender hearts the essential respects of true morals such as the fear of God, respect for parents, obedience, reciprocal love, and a habit of self-esteem.
Until 1832, the teachers of the kindergarten were lay people. After that, for a certain period of educative activity, was entrusted to the Sisters of Providence. In 1834, Carlo Tancredi, in agreement with his wife, founded the Institute of the Sisters of St. Anne so that they might continue in the church the mission in the service of the poor.